The arrest of rapist and murderer Thabo Bester and his girlfriend Nandi Pama in Tanzania has put an end to speculation about his whereabouts. But many people are still asking how he managed to pull off the whole thing, from escaping prison to continuing to live a lavish lifestyle for months, then skipping the country. There have been many twists and turns in this story, and Senior Reporter Silindelo Masikane has been tracking all those developments and joins us in studio this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you, Slee. And I mean, if a producer is not scripting a documentary about this already, then I don't know. But there have been a number of things that have developed after the last few days, particularly in the last 24 hours with the arrest. Give us a breakdown of that.
Look, it's been a tumultuous couple of weeks, but in particular, I think now we're seeing a lot of movement making its way with this particular story. Now, I want to take our viewers back to where, in essence, it all began. We know, of course, that there was a report on the 3rd of May 2022 by DCS, which had stated that Thabo Bester had died in a cell in the Mangaung Correctional Center. So if we take our viewers back to the 3rd of May, DCS releases this statement. Okay, we're all kind of shocked, surprised, but we move on. We then receive word from ground up that in fact there has been some information that they've received that in fact Bester may not have died, and that this particular picture that you see right now had actually surfaced about 2 months after his escape from prison, and that in fact Thabo Bester is alive and well. Ground up then does the groundwork and they do their investigations. They are back and forth with DCS trying to get information about the forensic investigations, DNA, and whether their internal investigations into the fire are bringing them any results. They're not getting any answers. And finally, on the 17th of March, Ground Up then goes public with the information they have. We then move on to the 25th of March. This is just a couple of days later. DCS finally says that they have their internal investigation report back and that they can confirm that in fact Thabo Bester has escaped from Mangaung Correctional Center, and that their investigations have shown that in fact the man did die before the body was found. That particular body, not being of Bester, had actually died prior to the fire. They had blunt force trauma wounds as well. We also know, of course, that on the 27th of March, we then receive a statement from DCS saying that they believe Bester actually is still alive. Now, that puts a bit of a spin on everything, because at this point it seems that there is a disagreement between what the investigation from DCS is telling us and what G4S believes actually happened on the 3rd of May 2022. We then speak to Dr. Magudumana's father, that's Dr. Nandipa's father, who then confirms for us that in fact he believes and has been told by his daughter that she's in hiding, and that he doesn't know where she is right now, but is of course worried about her safety and where she is exactly. We then move on to the 1st of April, where we know police have officially launched a manhunt, and we understand that private security companies then come on board in order to assist with these investigations. We then see a dramatic kind of visual outside the Hyde Park hideout, where we know Bester was living there with Nandipa for about 10 months, where police have raided it. They're dressed in forensic gear. We don't know what they're looking for, but sources tell us that they believe that there is a body or bodies that have been buried in that particular mansion. We then see a parliamentary sitting by the Portfolio Committee, and they then begin to summon G4S because they did not appear before them, and they were supposed to start with their account of what has happened so far and this entire escape saga. Then we see a video of Dr. Nandipa that's gone viral, where she seems to have been found by security or debt collectors, and they want to essentially make her pay for a Mercedes-Benz that has now been abandoned, we understand, in Zimbabwe. It seems that she actually got this Mercedes-Benz about 7 days after the escape on the 3rd of May. So she signed the documents for this vehicle, and now this vehicle is now at the border at the Beitbridge border on the Zimbabwean side, and she has not paid the bill of around 700,000 rand. Sources then tell us that in fact Dr. Nandipha has been spotted about 7, 8, 9 days ago in Zimbabwe, in KwaZulu-Natal, and that in fact police, law enforcement and security officials are monitoring that particular area. Fast forward now to this past weekend, where we have the government finally confirming to us, after our sources had actually told us that Bester had been spotted in Tanzania about a week ago as well, that in fact he has been arrested along with Dr. Nandipha and a Mozambican national about 10 kilometers away from the Kenyan border.
So they were that close.
They were that close to actually even moving on from Tanzania. From what we understand, crime intelligence in South Africa had been monitoring their movements in Tanzania. They had moved from Dar es Salaam to Arusha, clearly trying to make their way to the Kenyan border. The issue now is that we don't know which exit from the South African borders did they use. According to law enforcement, they've got multiple passports. They're not stamped with the point of entry or exit out of South Africa. We know that they were found in the back of a van. The Mozambican national was the one driving it, and they were subsequently arrested. And of course, South African law enforcement informed about these arrests. This has all been confirmed now, but the big question is, of course, what happens now? So we're going to see a delegation. I understand the flight was supposed to leave at around 3 o'clock. It's 7 minutes past 3. It's safe to say that the delegation of about 8 people comprising of law enforcement, the NPA, as well as correctional services and the Justice Department are making their way officially to Tanzania to try and get Dr. Nandipha and Bester in particular deported. We understand that it's not going to be an extradition process, but more of a deportation process that's going to unfold in Tanzania this week.
Oh, very interesting insights indeed, and let's see if they do arrive indeed. My mother's been watching you very keenly with this story, and she was convinced you'd be camping out at OR Tambo International Airport or any other of the military ones for his arrival. But let's see what happens, and if he does indeed
make it back. Yeah, we've been told it's going to take perhaps a week or so. We know that there's another parliamentary sitting as well, and developments around arrests in the country as well. We know that Dr. Nandipha's father and about 3 other people have been arrested. So there's still a lot that's still happening this side while we watch what exactly is going to transpire in Tanzania. But authorities seem confident that it shouldn't be a drawn-out process, that it shouldn't be difficult because of our bilateral relations with Tanzania. Okay,
and then just a final quick one, Slee, if you've got the details, the charges that both face at the moment when they are deported back into the country.
That, I think, will still going to be cleared up, of course, but I mean, they are in Tanzania illegally, so, you know, having crossed the border illegally, fake identifications, there's a whole slew of charges they could be facing, but what we understand is that the main focus is to get Bester back in prison, and of course have Dr. Nandipha then face her own charges, perhaps of defeating the ends of justice, aiding and abetting and so forth.
Slee, thank you very much for that detailed update. That is Senior Reporter Silindelo Masikane bringing us a timeline of what has unfolded over the last few weeks, mainly saying it's the stuff of movies, and one can only imagine the kind of scripts that are being put together at the moment to document the drama that unfolds in South Africa.